Just finished smoking my last bowl in this lovely Old Manx Meerschaum. I think this is one that was made for Peterson. Didn't quite fit their description of what they wanted, so it's got a different mark on it. Anyways, pipe aside. Recently, there's a young man in South England. I don't know if you've heard about this. He was stabbed to death by, I believe, a Pakistani. They didn't say exactly who he was. They said he was one of their immigrants had problems with. And the young man was 18 years old. Apparently, he's walking home, and this guy come out and started messing with him. Started screaming, got into not an altercation, got into a verbal back and forth. And I won't say Pakistani because they showed the knife that the guy pulled out and stabbed him to death with. Stabbed him a bunch of times. And then the guy's brother, not the victim, but the stabber's brother, immediately called the police, and some guy was harassing his brother using racial slurs, racial attacks. Police showed up. The young man's laying there bleeding to death, and they handcuffed the young man. The young man was white. He was Polish descent. I forget the name, but he was a British citizen. Okay, his family had come there, started a new life, or I imagine he was born there. So he was a Brit. He was English, of Polish descent. But that doesn't matter. He was white. And I grew up in the South. When I grew up, we actually were not what everyone puts us out to be. We were the most get along with folk people you could ever imagine, mostly Southerners. When I grew up, we had blacks, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, New York Italians, New York Jews, South Florida, but everybody. We, for the most part, and every once in a while, someone would get into a screaming match with someone from another group, and those dirty words come out, and we'd get into a fight, and by the time the fight was done over, we'd go buy each other a soda, or later on a beer, Wound up being one of your best friends. That's the way it used to be. Anyway, so this young man is sitting there bleeding out. The cops come up, handcuff him, and the last things that he hears is he says, "I can't breathe." And obviously they see he's bleeding, he's been stabbed. He's told them, "I've been stabbed." The last thing he hears is them reading him his rights. Since then, from what I understand, the stabber was later arrested because people raised hell. The brother who called the cops, nothing happened to him. And he was arrested and sentenced to, from what I understand, the minimum they could give him. People of England now are seriously fucking pissed off. I don't blame them. This two-tiered government that they've got, this two-tiered system, this whole bit of if you're white, you're a pile of shit, they can do whatever they want. British people have fucking had enough. Now the Civil War, stop that right now, please. The Civil War that is going to erupt in Britain, I believe that was the spark in the powder keg. I was just watching a peaceful protest where peaceful protesters went up to the police station. They're raising hell, but they're being peaceful. And I don't mean they're throwing us, no. They were sitting up there, and all of a sudden, after a couple hours, the cops got tired and they brought out the riot police. Riot police sat there with their shields and eventually just started moving forward and started attacking folks. So, the police themselves, the government themselves, lit and threw the fucking match into that powder keg. Now, I've been seeing this building, I've been seeing this coming. And at this point, I hope hell it does turn into civil war, because it's the only thing that's going to help. The only thing that's going to work. I'm not a warmonger or anything like that, but sometimes you got to whoop an ass. Sometimes you got to take the belt off and get real. Don't get medieval, get biblical on them. And that's what's about to happen. And it saddens me to say, but it's about damn time. And it has to happen in the rest of Europe. These Muslims have been taking over Europe. These folks that the evil one has been pushed in there, and that's who's in charge of all this. That's who's been instigating all this, has been the evil one, the demonic. Why? Because they want to destroy Christian Europe. They want to destroy Europe. They want to destroy everything that Christendom has done, everything the Europeans have done, all the beauty and fairness. Who was it ended slavery? Keep talking about slavery. Who ended slavery? Christianity. The church. Plain and simple. They want to destroy that. They want to destroy everything that has to do with it. They want to destroy all the art. Look at all the churches they're burning down that accidentally catch fire and all the rest of the stuff. It's time. I hate to say it because sometimes you got to make a mess to clean a mess. Well, guess what? Get your fucking broom out, boys. It's time to clean a mess. Anyways, that's all the Smoking Air Tavern has for you. Watch your top notch. Watch your back. Be vigilant. And if you can, stay smoky, my friends. Bye-bye.